Hey, it's Lemon. Welcome to the Backlogs. Boy, do I have something fun for you all today. We're back in Dark Souls 1. Shocking, I know. But today's challenge run is going to show off something that not too many Dark Souls players have ever used before. I had to do a little messing around to get my character ready for this, but here she is, ready to go. But what is CRS, I hear you ask? Well, there's a simple reason you've never heard that acronym before, and that's because it's terrible. Welcome to the Crystal Ring Shield Only run. This shield, which is normally made by combining a plus 10 shield with the Moonlight Butterfly Soul, is actually a weapon. And no, I don't mean you can hit things over the head with it. I mean you can, but that's not its forte. It actually has a special move, which I'll show off in a minute. But first, let's look at the stats. 10 required strength, durability of 120, decent magic defense but mediocre coverage for everything else, absolutely no stat scaling whatsoever, and 100 magic damage. Alright, kinda weird setup so far, but if you haven't seen this thing in action before, you're probably just confused as to why I would dedicate an entire video to this thing. Well, let me show you. Shout out to Big Booty Boppin' here, who was happy enough to help me demonstrate what we're working with. First off, the shield has the usual bonk ability, and in all honesty, I've seen worse damage. Nothing fantastic, sure, but it works in a pinch. But the real bread and butter of this shield is this. It's Crystal Ring Attack. That's some hefty magic damage. Now, before you get too excited and start typing furiously down in the comments, ask yourself, if this thing is a ranged magic weapon in its own right, why haven't you seen anyone use it before? Well, the answer to that is simple, really. This weapon has a lot of downsides. Thanks, Triple B, appreciate the help. So, let's talk about this run. The goal is simple. Beat Dark Souls with just the Crystal Ring Shield. No cheating, no exploits, just some good old-fashioned slamming our head through a brick wall. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Wrong. Those aforementioned downsides? They hefty. First things first, the damage. Looks pretty impressive currently, and even the shield bash attack is proving to be decently strong. But if you were hoping for it to get much better, think again. No stat scaling means this weapon will live and die off of upgrades. And lo and behold, because this stupid thing is a boss weapon, we can't upgrade it until we find some Demon Titanite. So that's gonna suck. Also, that super awesome disc that we get to throw around, it costs 4 durability to cast, which means we only get 30 casts before this thing breaks. And we only get 24 casts or so before it does considerably less damage due to being close to breaking. Thankfully, I planned ahead, and I've saved enough souls that I can buy the repair box to help keep things from getting too out of hand. Repairing the shield with souls is actually fairly cheap, so as long as we can make our way to a bonfire, we'll be fine. Obviously, we can't go full-blown Ultraman on every enemy we see. And by the way, if anyone actually gets that reference, you're officially a Dark Souls fan, and your membership card is on its way in the mail. But the bash attack should be enough to get us to the boss if we hoof it fast enough. Speaking of, let's see how the damage holds up. Well, the physical damage is already falling off, but I'd be lying if the ring damage didn't excite me. It's not without its flaws. Locking on is essential, and even then it doesn't always behave, but it's good enough to get the job done. We make sure to repair our shield, pump the rest of our souls into vitality, because fuck it, and make our way downtown. The nice thing about this run is we really don't need to pick up much of anything. I should probably make sure this gate is open though, just in case I need to... Right. Down and around it is then. Not gonna lie, it feels weird playing with a shield. I'm so used to relying completely on dodging and nothing else that this kinda feels like cheating. If cheating meant that I still take 30% of the damage I block. We ignore Andre and head down to the first and only Titanite demon we can access right now. 111 damage. Okay, I can work with that. All things considered, this thing can really dish out some hefty damage if you can keep your enemies at range. Its slow cast speed is a bit of a problem though. Fighting things at range is bad enough, so don't expect to get any magical rings in if you're in melee range. After embarrassing the Titanite demon a bit, I head on back to the bonfire and pop a few souls to get 5,000... Crap. After embarrassing a few dreglings a bit, I introduce myself to Andre and ask him to upgrade my shield. Only 10 extra damage. Oh boy. So yeah, we're looking to top off at 150 magic damage by the end of this run. Remember those downsides I mentioned earlier? Add another one to the list. Well, this run isn't gonna finish itself. The gargoyles are up next. The melee damage is decent, but the real money is in our magic attack. Now if the gargoyle would just stop being so damn aggressive, we could actually... This is gonna be one of those runs, isn't it? Round 2 is equally as scuffed, showcasing even further why this shield doesn't see the light of day on 99% of most playthroughs. Between the limited range and the shoddy lock-on aiming, this shield is proving to be one of the most finicky weapons I've ever used. Holy crap, this thing could hit multiple targets? Alright, learned something new today. Okay, hold up, need to regroup. Actually, wait, no, what am I doing? That's a terrible idea. There we are. 1 down. And 2. Easy enough. Before I get too carried away and spend all my hard-earned souls, I make sure to buy a weaponsmith box. Since this is a boss weapon already, there's no reason to keep coming back to Andre if we don't have to. And with as paltry as the damage on the shield is, I'd rather be able to upgrade this whenever possible. Pump the rest into health and stamina, and then it's right back down into the lower undead bergs. On second thought, let's see if we can't get a few more levels into our belts first. I'm not really in the mood to be murdered repeatedly by dogs. I get hit on by the best waifu in the game, buy some dung pies and prism stones to commemorate the moment, then do my best egg impression to get to the undead asylum. After that, we confess our love to the true best waifu in the game, and it rewards us with some much needed demon titanite. 2 more, in fact, which just so happens to be more than I actually need to upgrade the shield to +2. Solid. I make sure to pick up the doll before— oh, hi, hello! Then, with as much optimism as I can muster, I go after the stray demon. On second thought, I think I'll take my optimism somewhere else. Oh yeah, this is a much better use of my hopes and dreams. After deciding that being stingy with my durability wasn't going to be doing me any favors, things definitely went more smoothly. A few more casts, and the Capra demon goes down. Considering things can only get worse from here, and considering we're going to need all the damage we can get to deal with some of the chunkier bosses, I decided to grab the red tearstone ring. Just in case. I also tried to show off how cool the shield bash move is to Lautrec, but I don't think he fully appreciated it. Ah well. Moving right along, I think it's about time we finished off the last of the cannon fodder bosses. Considering we have heavy magic resistance, this boss should be... So yeah, might need to reevaluate some things. Needless to say, we're gonna have to come back to this one. Besides, I've got a friend who needs me. Probably. Yep, there he is. In trouble like always. I swear, buddy, we gotta talk about your choice in women. After wading through more dead rats than I care to think about, we reach the biggest boy. I'm actually impressed by how much damage the shield is doing, to be honest. I know it's not, normal weapon damage or anything, but it's something. Wait, the fuck? The fuck? Well, the magic damage is still pretty great if you hit the head, and it's plenty fine if you get regular hits too. Just a few more hits and we can... Oh no. Okay, it didn't break, so at least we got that going for— holy hell, 2 durability. Well, that should be just enough for a few final bonks. Whew, 1 durability to spare. Not even close. After showing up the shield bash to a few ghouls, and the ring attack to one of the witches of Izalith, I grab Power Within just in case I need it later for emergencies. And after expertly speedrunning down the scaffolding like the pro gamer that I am, I give Quelaag the old long-distance rigmarole. Or I would if this stupid shield didn't have such shit durability. Considering I don't have any repair powders at the moment, and since fighting her with a breaking weapon does reduce damage, I opt to start over. I will say the red tearstone ring does pull its own weight, which is a real shame, considering I'm terrible at no-hitting bosses. I was curious how much damage the special attack does in hyper mode, and it's pretty damn good. But I'm not. So, in the end, I opted to use patience over pure skill, which seems to be my MO, if I'm being honest. But with Quelaag out of the way, the second bell rung, and my Estus Flask promoted to +3, it's time we move on. What, did you think we were going to Sen's Fortress? No, are you crazy? Those snake men would eat us alive. The catacombs are much safer. In reality, I'm not here to push forward. I'm just here for a Titanite demon. Because despite him having more health and hitting harder, he's still no match for our elite strategic might. And with him down, that gives us the last Titanite we need to get our shield to +3. More than halfway there. You know what? While I'm here, let's wrap up some loose ends. Let's grab this and... oh, you're not supposed to be there. Oh god, Oscar, you too? Well, nothing a little ladder magic won't solve. Huh. This works in every other game. Are you trying to tell me that Dark Souls 1 AI was superior? Oh, wait, nope, there he goes. Okay, round 2. Let's see if all those levels and upgrades I've been getting have been worth anything. What the? You're not supposed to be here! Whew, thanks SD. Really appreciate the assist there. High five! Shenanigans aside, I know the Stray Demon's moveset well enough that I feel comfortable getting into Red Tearstone range. And with the healthy mix of melee and magic attacks, all it takes is a little patience and the beastie goes down. With that done, I think it's about time we upgraded our shield again. Titanite demons are all over the bottom floor of Sen's Fortress, and if we can separate them from the rest of the adds guarding them, we'll be in a good position for later. Our shield might not do much damage, but as with any challenge run, a little clever thinking gets the job done. Make sure to follow that up with some not so clever thinking, for balance, you understand. But eventually both of the easier Titanite demons here go down. I could finish off the remaining 2 demons here as well to get some more Titanite, but there's some free demon Titanite coming up that's much easier to collect. Besides, having 1 extra upgrade on the shield wouldn't make this fight any easier. The Iron Golem is a bit of a pushover if you know what you're doing. Is that a pun? Did I make a pun and I didn't even notice I made a pun? And if you combine that with his crap magic resistance and the red tearstone ring, he's just another easy boss. Here we are. Time to separate the wheat from the chaff. Let me just do a little pillaging here, and a little pillaging here. And we're all set to... oh no! Oh god, please no. Play dead. They can't balance if you play dead. Sippy break. Sippy break. Okay, thanks. Needed that. Time in. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna let you live for being such a good sport. Alright, let me just get this going here. There we are. Now we can... Huh. Now to just do the dance of my people. Okay. Okay, there we go. And last but not least, I need to get one more bit of pillaging in. Ugh, okay, come on now, boys. There's no need for that. Okay, that's it. I'm leaving a very poor Yelp review. Anywho, shield +5, I repeatedly died. I think at one point I might have even cried. This has been a literal poetry slam with Lemon. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Nonsense aside, this part took some practice. After multiple unsuccessful red tearstone ring attempts, I decided to revert back to using patience and paper cuts. And with Smo out of the way, I could focus on the real threat. The damage was, well, terrible, but I had died enough times that I wasn't really ready to take any chances. After about 10 minutes of carefully smacking Ornstein, I remembered that my weapon had a second attack. And with that, the game is halfway done. Before we charge headfirst into the Great Lords though, we've got some unfinished business with the patron of this run. Unfortunately, even with the +5 shield, the bash just doesn't do much in the way of damage. Thankfully, I was smart enough to equip Power Within, which sped up the fight by at least 2 or 3 cycles. Not only that, but eventually I figured out that by stepping back as far as possible and waiting for the butterfly to be higher in the air, the magic attack would actually hit sometimes. Little late on the brain blast there, Lemon. Anyway, that's all the loose ends tied up. Let's get to hunting down the last of the bosses. We take the shortcut down through the catacombs, make sure not to embarrass ourselves against Pinwheel, then let Patches kick us down the pit. Not only so we can get a skull lantern, but also because I just really like the design of the shield. That's some good aesthetic. And after disturbing a few more dead bodies than I probably should have, we're at our first Great Lord and our first DPS test. The first test went, well, it went. And the second test wasn't much better. The damage is abysmal, at best. Though the shield can block his miasma attack pretty well. So long as we time it properly, Nito will actually take care of his skeletons for us, which is good, because they are an absolute pain to deal with otherwise. Finally, after about 5 minutes of consistent shield bashing, Nito goes down. I made my way to Seath's office, demanded a raise, was refused, and put in jail for my efforts. Seems fair. After making my way past the fevered dream of tentacles down there and collecting a key, I made my way out, a free man. But a free man with a grudge, and a score to settle. God, look how awesome that shield looks. Can I buy one somewhere? Surely someone's made one. I need that for my office. Well, you know what they say. You shouldn't stay at a job you hate. There'll always be another shitty job waiting for you. I put in my formal resignation, and crap, security. Oh god, I'm doing 38 damage with Power Within activated? We're gonna need a new strategy. Well, using the magic attack is out. It only does about 2 times as much damage, but at maybe a third of the speed. Bashing it is. Oddly enough, I did actually find a new strategy. If you tuck yourself into Seath's right armpit, tentacle pit? I don't know. He actually can't hit you with any attack except his massive AoE blast that he has to charge up. So, despite it taking an age and a day to finish off the big lizard, I was able to at least do so in relative safety. 2 down, 2 to go. Oh lordy, it's that time again. Who's ready to question their morality? Who's ready to question their morality? It's you. Yes it is. Oh yes it is. You know what? This has been a long time coming. I know I was all excited about being a healthy boy, and Jesus if I'm not a healthy boy, but it's time to get some repair powder so we can actually use the strength of this shield more than 24 times. And none too soon. 4 kings are up next, and Lord knows I'm going to need every bit of DPS I can muster. 72 damage with Power Within? Oh god, it's going to be another one of those fights, isn't it? Well, at least the magic attack hits triple digits. I get my reps in, hitting as fast and as hard as I can. I also get in extra close, not only to dodge the majority of the king's damage, but also because physically hitting the king with the shield when you cast a spell will actually do about 30 extra damage. And for this fight, every little bit counts. Okay, we've avoided it as long as we can, but it's time to enter everyone's favorite portion of the game. We give Ceaseless the best bro fist he's ever received, show this worm how much cooler our spell tool is this time around, and push our way through to the Asylum Demon 3.0. Honestly, how or why I was bullheaded enough to try this run without repair powder is beyond me. This ring attack may be slow, but I'll be damned if it doesn't work. With triple B to the 3 defeated, we can push on through this hodgepodge of an area. The Centipede Demon is up next, but after sprinting over to the middle island, we can do some massive damage so long as we free aim. After a few minutes of trading blows, it goes down, giving us the ability to walk on macaroni and cheese without concern. You guys ever notice how regal the Bed of Chaos looks before she activates? Would be neat if she wasn't such a shit boss. Well, that's everyone. We can now face Gwyn and finish the run. But we might as well test out how good this shield is on the DLC bosses, right? Fuck. Well, might as well kill all the waifus now, I guess.
Hey, what's up, guy?
Hey, what you doing, fella?
buddy, hey,
Sure hope
guy.
this isn't foreshadowing of another run or anything.
Alright, time to give Priscilla the ring she deserves. Whew, damn. One cast knocks her out of invisibility. And here I was worried. And there we go. Feel free to write your angry comments down below about how I'm a monster and how I'm a trash YouTuber. One more to go. Ew, that's bad damage. That's a little better. If they'd stand still for it. So, turns out, the secret strat for getting Gwendolyn to take their medicine is to wait until they start shooting at you with their bow. Should give you enough time to get 2 casts in. Easy boss, Wood Heretic again. Okay, now we've beaten every other boss. Which means it's time to see how this shield's terrible attack speed holds up against some of the most aggressive bosses in the game. Did you predict the answer would be not well? Because the answer is not fucking well! Needless to say, the strike attack is essentially useless for these bosses. So I had to test out the timings of each and every one of their attacks to see if there was a wide enough opening to get in a magic attack. About 95% of the time, there wasn't. I did find a few though, and I actually died to this boss so many times that I was able to play consistently in the red tearstone range, which helped speed up my attempts. Sort of. After literal days of attempts and many hours of sweaty palms, I finally was able to combine patience with skill and pull off this victory. God damn. Good thing it gets better from here, right? Right? Alright, so, Artorias. Because it's always fucking Artorias, isn't it? Not only is our boy here extremely aggressive, but he attacks quickly as well. There are few moves, if any, where I can get in a free hit. And even then, it's not a guarantee, what with him constantly dodging my attacks and having randomized combos. Sometimes he attacks twice, sometimes he attacks 4 times, and there's no real way to tell which combo is which. In the end, it didn't matter if I used patience, skill, or any ratio of the two. So, yeah, I fucking failed. I'm sure the next Chosen Undead will be by shortly. Honestly, it was either take the loss or accept that this video was never gonna come out. I think I made the right choice. But with that out of the way, it's time to put this awful run behind us. Gwen, baby, come take your lumps. Well, 147 damage isn't that bad, and we can even stagger him if we get off successive hits. This might be okay. Ooh, goddamn. Alright, well, we got him down to about 50% health on our first go. This is doable. Took some patience, since much like Artorias, Gwyn has randomized combos, and a lot of his attacks are just a little too fast to get in a proper hit. But after an hour or so, I realized that his grab attack is safe to punish. The main problem I kept running into was that Gwyn wasn't very fond of using his grab attack, no matter how often I tried to lure it out. Eventually, to help speed up my attempts, I decided it was generally safe to attack Gwyn whenever he did his two-handed combo. So long as I was out of range, there was usually enough time to get in at least one hit. And with that to boost my DPS, it became only a matter of time. And that's it. Dark Souls beaten with one of the strangest shields in the game. Hope you learned something new today, even if it was just that you should never use this shield yourself. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more ridiculous nonsense like this in the future. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.